I really am the biggest crybaby you know. And it was true. When I said I feel everything everywhere all at once, I was not lying.
I just finished my workout. I'm sitting here reading some of your comments, and SZA's Saturn comes in my headphones, and I'm just like, thank you for watching my videos and taking the time to leave such thoughtful comments and send me messages. I really do appreciate it, and I know that I don't respond to everyone, but I read them, and I'm just happy to know that my videos are resonating with you, and thank you for seeing me, and I will keep going. Thank you.
And I meant every word. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. My name is Misako Envela, and thank you so much for pressing play on today's video. I want to dive deeper into this topic of the Black experience on my channel. I want to create a thriving episode here, but I want to start the conversation today because I know that this is something a lot of people are curious about. I was super curious about this before I came to Japan, and I want to share my experience and my thoughts. Before I do that though, I want to say that unfortunately, I think that racism is a disease that has infected most parts of the world. I think, unfortunately, again, it's probably going to be very hard for us to find a place that racism has not touched. With that being said, I do think that there are certain parts of the world where we can have a healthier, safer, more joyful Black experience. And I truly believe that Japan is one of those places. I'm walking into someone's backyard. Oops. Again, I can only speak from my perspective, and I know that my experience is going to be wildly different from someone else's. Have I experienced racism in Japan? Honestly, no, not that I know of. Maybe, but I don't feel like I've experienced racism here. I don't remember where I heard this. It was in a video, I can't even remember what platform, but someone said in Japan, they feel like a foreigner before they're a Black person. And they nailed that so perfectly. Like, I feel like I'm treated like every other foreigner here. Have I had scenarios where I'm sitting on the train and I've noticed that maybe people don't want to sit next to me? Yes, but is that because I'm a Black person or because I'm a foreigner? I really don't know. And honestly, I wouldn't want to sit next to me on the train either, the way that I'd be dozing off on people's shoulders. Like, side note, for my severely anemic girls, some days, man, I just really cannot keep my head up. The last time I was on the train, I was milli rocking to sleep, and I was unfortunately waking up the poor man next to me that was asleep on the train. The skill that it takes for people to fall asleep like this, I don't have it, and I don't know if I ever will. That being said, yeah, that's happened a couple times where I'm like, oh, do people not want to sit next to me? But it doesn't really bother me, and I don't assume that they don't want to sit next to me because I'm Black. You know, I've caught myself a couple times in the store, like reaching to get my phone out of my bag to translate things, and then I kind of I'm like, oh no, they're gonna think I'm stealing, and like I'm waiting for someone to start following me, and it doesn't happen. I would say for the most part, and this is just my experience, people in Japan just leave you alone. Like, people are minding their business here. And it's one of the things I love most. Like, I don't know, I don't feel like I stand out here. I don't feel like people are staring at me, or I don't feel like I'm being treated negatively because of my race in Japan. Another thing, side note, is I don't experience catcalling here. Now, that might sound little, but catcalling is something I absolutely hate. I hate it. It makes me feel so disgusting when I'm experiencing it. And this is the first place I've lived where I have not experienced it at all. At all. So that's just one thing I wanted to note. It's really nice to not have to feel disgusting in your skin. And when I talk to other people about their experience being a black person in Japan, or I watch other people's videos, for the most part the sentiment is the same. And I love when I hear or watch videos created by black men, or I hear stories in real life from black men who just feel like they can finally exhale when they get to Japan. They don't have to worry about being judged. Now, this isn't everyone's experience, but for the most part, I've seen and heard that they don't have the same fears that they have in other places. The Koban, the police, they're not harassing black men out in these streets like they are in the US. The most comments I get about my physical appearance here are people just like complimenting my hair, which I think is fine. I think it's really lovely and sweet. So, have I experienced racism in Japan? No. Does that mean racism doesn't exist in Japan? No. Do I think Japan is a place in the world where black people can feel happier and more safe? Absolutely, I do. I do feel very safe here. I feel very accepted here. I don't feel like othered. I know that I'm a foreigner, but it's not like people are making me feel like a foreigner all the time. I do believe that I can have a really peaceful existence in Japan as a black woman. Mosquitoes are attacking me. Okay, so I have watched videos where black women touch on the experience of dating in Japan and how that's challenging, but as y'all know, I have a crush on someone who doesn't live here, so I have not experienced dating in Japan yet, so I can't speak on that. But I would encourage you, like, if you come to Japan, and this is not in relation to dating, just in general, to just try and come here with an open mind, and you respect the customs, and you just live your life. I think you will have a wonderful time, truly. And I'm not just saying this because I love Japan. Like, if I really felt like this was not a positive environment for black people, if I really felt like it would be harmful for you to visit here, I would tell you that. But I do not feel that way. if you're a Black person who has visited or lived in Japan, please share your thoughts on this topic in the comments below. I want this to be a safe space with honest answers. I'm getting my hair braided here for the first time on Friday. I might feel a bit differently about my experience after that, depending on how it goes. But I think it'll be fine. The photos look great. It's a bit far. Well, not really. It's just like an hour away. And I'm thinking about documenting that experience as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to press play on today's video. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for showing up for me. Thank you so much for being patient with me. And as always, thank you for being here. Bye.